Being a professor for 15 years taught me a lot, and these are the most important lessons that I learned. To maintain momentum for my life story, I dropped the cap and gown for the next chapter. Hey everybody, Dr. Z here. Today I wanted to talk about expectation management. It's one of the most important tools a leader, a teacher, or a parent has because it helps shape the overall interaction between individuals. But the important thing is you can't just set expectations one time and think everything's just going to fall in line. I like to think of it more as ongoing expectation management. We live in a dynamic work environment, a dynamic school environment, and family environment with everything going on in society. Expectations are constantly reset. We're redefining the nature of work, the nature of relationships, the metaverse. There's just a lot of things going on. So if you're trying to be an effective leader, trainer, or teacher, you can't just set expectations one time and assume everyone's going to understand or do things the way that you'd like them done. So it's extremely important to make sure you have those ongoing conversations with the people that you're leading so that they know where things stand, they know how you want things done, and especially if the goals or the metrics are changing, you need to make sure you're sharing those things, and you cannot assume that everyone is on the same page. A couple tools that I use personally in terms of ongoing expectation management are the dominoes metaphor, right? So we stack up dominoes and we hit them and they all fall down, but they have to be set back up. And sometimes when we set them back up, we set them back up in different patterns. We can't just assume that when we set those dominoes back up, they're all going to fall the same way again, okay? Another thing I talk about is the platinum rule. And that is managing and leading others how they need to be led based on who they are and what drives and motivations they have. And hopefully you have some data, behavioral data or cognitive data, so that can help you on that front. But if not, you can just use your powers of observation, which would be called ethnography, is being a participant and observer of how others act. Why that's important is because when you're resetting expectations with folks, it's not always easy. So when you're having those conversations, you want to make sure you have them in a way so that the other person hears the message. And that's on you for delivering it in a way that connects to them and really resonates with them. So that platinum rule is managing others how they need to be led, or leading others how they need to be led based on who they are, not how you want to be led. So when you're constantly resetting expectations and making sure your team or your family or your classroom is aligned, bring in that dominoes metaphor so that when you're all knocking them down and then resetting them together, you know which direction they're going to fall in the future. Have a great day.